Welcome to the Blockchain Report, where we discuss all things blockchain technology, digital assets, DeFi, NFTs, and much more. Today's video, we will be going through an on-chain mastery quest in Layer 3. This will include running your node, how to create a smart contract, and how to send on-chain messages. So if you're a developer, this would be great for you to dive into and learn more about. So that will jump right into it on running your own node. And Ethereum nodes are computers that connect to the network to validate transactions and store blockchain data. Benefits of running a node. Running your own node offers privacy, security, censorship resistance, and contributes to the decentralization of the Ethereum network. It helps you verify the network state without relying on third parties. Software options. Choose between dApp node for an app-like experience or command line setup for maximum control. Follow the respective setup guides and get your node up and running. So this is why and how to run a node. No ETH required. So step 1, understand running a node. Running a node involves using client software, compatible hardware, and staying online. It allows you to verify the validity of every block and helps others update their own copies. Choose hardware. Step 2, select dedicated hardware like an Intel NUC or a similar processor with 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte SSD, and wired internet connection. Display screens and keyboards are also recommended. Step 3, choose software option. Decide between dApp node for an app-like experience or command line setup for maximum control. Both options have their own setup guides. Step 4, install dApp node. Step 4, install dApp node. Option 1, download the dApp node operating system using any computer and install it onto a fresh SSD via USB drive. Follow the setup instructions to get your own node running. Step 5, command line setup. Option 2, for experienced users, follow the developer documentation on getting started with client selection and setup using the command line. Step 6, stake your ETH. Optional. If you'd like to stake ETH, make sure your hardware meets the recommended specs. Follow guidelines on staking and earn rewards while contributing to Ethereum security. Time for a quiz. What does running a node involve? Using client software, compatible hardware, and staying online. Staying online is the biggest key. What is recommended? A recommended hardware option for running a node. Intel NUC. Which software option provides an app-like experience for managing your node? dApp node. Is staking ETH required to run a node? No, it's optional. Where can you find help and support while setting up your node? Online platforms like Discord and Reddit. Well, this one's not important for everyone. Quest complete. Next up, let me make sure this is a good segue here. Okay, how to create a smart contract. So understanding smart contracts. A smart contract, like any contract, establishes the terms of an agreement. But unlike a traditional contract, a smart contract's terms are executed as code running on a blockchain like Ethereum. Smart contracts allow developers to build apps that take advantage of blockchain security, reliability, and accessibility while offering sophisticated peer-to-peer functionality. Everything from loans and insurance to logistics and gaming. Step 2, introduction to Solidity. Solidity is one of the most popular languages used when building smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. It is an object-oriented programming language. Step 3, writing your first smart contract. Open Remix IDE and write your smart contract using Solidity syntax. Once you've written your code, follow the steps to compile, deploy, and interact with your smart contract. So you can do this if you want. I've been on Remix before for other things, and it's kind of what it looks like. You got your file explorer, different contracts, scripts. You can search files, the compiler, and deploy and run transaction. So you can go check that out, learn more docs there. And compiling and deploying your smart contract. Click on Solidity Compile option in the left sidebar. Select compiler version and compile your file. File. Next, click on the Deploy and Run Transactions option in the left sidebar. Choose Environment, JavaScript VM London, and click Deploy. Sample transactions. After deploying, you can interact with your smart contract using the provided functions. Transactions are executed and stored with a unique hash key. You can add rooms, sign agreements, and check the details of agreements. Advantages of smart contracts. Compared to centralized systems, smart contracts offer improved security, decentralization, and lower transaction fees. Data cannot be changed or tampered with, making it difficult for malicious actors to manipulate data. Additionally, no middlemen fees are involved in transactions. Step 7, storing transactions and gas fees. Smart contracts store data in blockchain blocks, and all transactions are stored with the unique hash keys. Gas fees are deducted from users' wallets for each transaction, compensating for the computing energy needed to process and validate transactions. Quiz: what are smart contracts? Agreements between two people in the form of computer code. What is Solidity? Popular language for building smart contracts on Ethereum. What is Remix IDE? An online development environment for Solidity. What is a gas fee? A fee paid by users for computing energy needed to process transactions. What is the primary advantage of smart contracts over traditional? Centralization and automation. Which tool can be used to connect your smart contract to a React app? Web3.js. What is the primary purpose of Truffle in the context of smart contracts? A development framework for Ethereum smart contracts. Give this one a 3. Just because not everyone needs to know it, but it's good to have an understanding. So this last one in the series will be how to send an on-chain message. Understanding on-chain messaging. On-chain messaging allows Ethereum users to send messages to each other by embedding them into transactions. These messages are permanently stored on the Ethereum blockchain and can be read by anyone. Choose a tool for on-chain messaging. You can use tools like Etherflow, Ethereum Message, or even build your own custom dApp to send on-chain messages on Ethereum. Write and send the on-chain message. Compose your message, input the recipient's Ethereum address, and send the message. Your message will be embedded in a transaction and permanently recorded on the Ethereum blockchain. Read received on-chain messages. Use the same tool or dApp to check for received on-chain messages. You can also use Explorer like Ethereum blockchain, using a block explorer like Etherscan to find messages sent to your Ethereum address. We're going to use MetaMask wallet and Polygon POS chain to send an on-chain message to an address of your choice. So open MetaMask and click on Settings. Go to Advanced and toggle the Show Hex Data option. Okay. We're going to go here. So we'll need to switch to Polygon mainnet and click on here, go to Settings, go to Advanced, scroll down, Show Hex Data, and now we go to this website and convert your text into hex and copy the hex code to later use in the transaction. You just lost the game. Yes. All right, we'll copy that. Now click on Send and choose an address you want to send the message to. Once on the transaction page, just paste the hex code and add 0x ahead of the hex code. Okay. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to save my hex code right here. I'm going to go ahead and get an address. Okay, I got my address. I'm going to go ahead and this is going to be a problem. Okay, one thing that will help is go here and click these three dots, expanded view, and it'll bring you up, or it'll pull up this big menu. Because if you try and copy all this stuff, it's gonna get into, have some issues. None. Make sure on here the hex converter is this output delimiter is set to none, so that way you have 0x. That way you don't have a space between all of them, and you can and I'm going to send this to this person. And there we go. How to send an on-chain message. So yeah, do that if you pull up MetaMask in a separate window and do the send, and you'll be able to copy and paste without losing. Because if you do it right here, you're just going to end up closing out MetaMask when you go to copy something else. So now that is done, click on send and wait for the transaction to appear. Once it is done, show more on Polygon scan. So we'll view on the block explorer. And this is where it gets fun. Go down here, click to see more, click to see more. Original. Aha, yes. I'm going to go ahead and tell this gentleman that I have sent him a transaction on MetaMask. Sweet. That's great. Verify. Yes. Time for a quiz. What is the primary purpose of on-chain messaging? Interacting with smart contracts. What does on-chain messaging require? ETH for gas fees. Which of the following can be used to send on-chain messaging or messages? Smart contract functions. Are on-chain messages publicly viewable? Yes. Which programming language is commonly used for writing smart contracts on Ethereum? Solidity. Bada boom, bada boom. This would be good for everyone to know. At least in my opinion. Boom, permanent communication forever. And that is it. Got some good ones done today. Layer 3's got a lot of cool stuff. They're really doing a good job of bringing different projects to the surface and how they work and explaining the idea behind them. Oh, that one's not there. So they're doing a really great job. If you're not on here yet, got to get on and start interacting, playing around. There's some ecosystems are rewarding their users very heavily, and you could be one of them. But that'll be it for me today. Next time we'll jump into some of these new for you. We got a lot to go through, so be on the lookout for that. And with that, if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments below. But this is the Blockchain Report. Have a wonderful day. Peace.